10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to Through Black and White Eyes after an amazing night last night. Fully enjoyed the live watch along. Hoping to see more of you back in tonight so we can have a good chat about the last few games. The usual stuff, guys. Hit the subscribe button if you're new to the channel. Please consider becoming a member if you would like to. It's 99p a month, and we get entered into prize draws, which we will be giving away on the 7th of December, the Newcastle shirt. So you need to be paying 99p and you'll have a chance of winning that prize. Any carpentry or joinery work, please contact Len Middis. And for any perfumes or aftershave stocking fillers, contact Claire. FM by Claire's amazing stuff. The badges are also back in stock if anyone's interested in getting a badge. And finally, the raffle is live, guys. Alan Shearer's testimonial shirt, 2 Kevin Keegan signed shirts, 5 metal powder coated signs. I've got 3 prints of Kevin Keegan to give away as well. So that's 11 prizes up for grabs. 2 for a £5, 5 for a £10. Please contact me if you would like them on either Twitter or on the information going down below. Morrow reward already for Morrow and for Blade, who were both late, by the way. There's the link to join the channel if you want to join. It's right at the very top of the chat. However, if you would like to join the show tonight, there's the link. All you've got to do, it's pinned to the top. Click on the link. You'll come into StreamYard and you can come on the show. Let's bring in Laz. How we doing, pal?
I'm fine. Thanks.
Good.
Nice to be with you again.
Yeah, it's good fun this one tonight, apart from obviously the two of the lads being late, as they always are. Leslie says, evening all. Kevin says, hello, Baz. Just seen Adam Pearson. He is live at the moment. Fair play to him. I don't know what he's live for, but there you go. Evening all. Good evening. Here we are again. Yes, we are. And we'll be here again tomorrow night as well. Andy B. Hey, it's Andy Free. Evening, Kevin. I meant Adam is live, and I read everyone. Fantastic. Right, well, this is the fans forum, so it's all about you guys. It's all about topics that you might want to discuss, but I suppose, it's nice to see Newcastle ex-goalie in post for your God, yeah. Dubravka's in goal tonight. I'm watching the game as well, by the way, so I will keep you up to date on the score. Is it a sellout, though? That's what I want to know, because I said they won't sell out tonight because they're crap. There you go. Let's talk about the 4-1 thrashing. Lads, this was an unbelievable performance to score 4 goals playing so badly, because we weren't exactly fluent best, were we?
Not at all. But yeah, compared to all the last couple of seasons, we normally lose those games, and it's fantastic to see that we win the games that we, it was Southampton had absolutely deserved more in that game. But we have the quality and the confidence, and 4 shots on goal and 4 goals. So
what more
impressive.
Do you want? What more do you want?
5.
5 would have been nice, but we weren't wasteful. We were very clinical, which is what we wanted. Good evening. Come on, Kevin. You know Dubravka's at Man United. The good thing about the result as well, the one thing I noticed, the first goal, the referee played advantage, which referees normally screw us when it comes to decisions like that, but they played a great advantage. Miggy gets through on goal. I think he meant it. I think he meant to leave the ball to let the defender slide and then the ball come back around him. And it was just absolutely superb, that goal.
I agree. Nice goals. Most of them. The same with Chris Wood.
Well, Chris
Fantastic.
Wood was a bit different, wasn't it? It was the way he used his body to shield it and swivel.
I was a bit when Wilson was off at halftime, I was, oh my God, not again. It was nice to see the confidence from all the players and the backups too, and especially Chris Wood, who hasn't played and scored for a long time. So,
well, yeah, I mean, he's only had a bit part start, hasn't he? He's had a few minutes here and there, and that's about it.
It was nice to see him grab a good goal too. And hopefully he gets some confidence and have a good run in the team and have more minutes on the pitch.
I don't think he'll get that because Wilson's obviously fully fit and we're coming into a World Cup, so it all depends on who's fit afterwards. But it's nice to see him get 30 minutes and put a ball away, I guess, is what we're saying. Laz, Andy agrees with you. Normally we lose these games, but we definitely lost the Palace type of game in the past. So, yeah, you're absolutely right. Because Southampton had their chances, didn't they? Shea Adams had that volley.
They had a lot of chances and they had deserved more. But, we had the quality in front of the goal and, have a good defense and, and the confidence.
Yeah, the third goal, Willock's, was very, very impressive. Was it the third one? Or was it the fourth one? I can't remember now.
No, the third one, I think.
Third Bruno one, because it was Bruno, wasn't it, who we took on about 3 players in the middle, played a 1-2, then got fouled, but still managed to spray the ball out wide to Trippier. And then Trippier's through ball to Willock was just inch perfect, wasn't it?
Exactly.
And what impressive. And the stab home, it was a bit of a toe poke, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
But it just nestled in the bottom corner beautifully. Are you staying live, Baz, for the cup draw? We are staying live for the cup draw tonight. Whoever people can come on. And what's this one? Gets 100 likes and he might. I like it. The cup draw straight after this game. After the Man United game, they're doing the draw live in the studio, I think. Hope Newcastle don't get City in the League Cup. We just don't want anyone away from home. Anyone at home would be nice, wouldn't it?
Yeah. It would be nice against the Championship club or something. Charlton.
Yeah, there's a few in there, in the Charlton, MK Dons. Gillingham's still in it. Someone mentioned Gillingham today.
Yeah.
Can't remember who, though. People are on Twitter trying to say that England are going to do well, and we're really not.
Yeah, I don't understand why Trent isn't in the squad.
We're going to talk about the squad a little bit later on. Nice to see you guys on tonight. Hope we can talk about Bruno's hilarious pen last night. Let's not talk about Bruno's pen. Hope we don't get Cambridge. We'll be fine against Cambridge this time round. Obviously, last night was it was a bit mental. No one could find a stream for the game. I then get a message and someone hooks me up with a stream for the game. I was absolutely buzzing, but I couldn't share it with anyone because I wasn't allowed. It was a video call on my phone, but they hooked me up with the TV in the stadium. It was amazing. So I managed to do a watch along. I only saw the second half. Port made a good save in the first half apparently, but I haven't seen it. The second half, we absolutely camped in Palace's half. They had no ambition of going forward. They broke a few times and didn't really do anything. Miggy had a very good chance, which the keeper saved. Other than that, it was... I mean, he made 8 changes. Do you think he regretted that after the game?
Not now when we are through, but yeah. It's nice to see he mixed the team in a good way, and Lascelles get some minutes and target, and it was nice to see. I didn't see the game, but it was nice that they have a start and have a good game and have a clean sheet again. So
yeah, another clean sheet. Obviously,
that's the main thing. And
who was
we're
left over?
through.
Pope, Longstaff, and Byrne were the only three survivors, weren't they, from the weekend? I'm just thinking maybe that was too many changes, and that's the reason why the flow of the game wasn't as good as it could have been.
Yeah, but it's a tight program, and if we have to get them fully fit, then we have to rest them. So I think it's now we're through, and it was the right decision.
It looks all right now, doesn't it? But he could have been regretting it, couldn't he? Because it only takes one, but Palace did score. You could see the crowd change as well when I was watching it when Bruno came on. He made the triple substitution, and the crowd got back up again. And then it just never happened for him. We'll talk about the penalties. First of all, though, theirs was Crystal Palace's away support, one bus. Poor guys. They didn't like travelling for the cup. Even though Steve says they have the best fans in the world, they certainly don't. But this man was just absolutely phenomenal in the penalty shootout. He read 3 penalties brilliantly. They were pretty well struck, the ones he saved. But what have you got to say about Nick Pope? He's just been a revelation for us, hasn't he?
Yeah, yes. I'm quite impressed. I knew he was a good keeper, but I didn't know he was that good. Very solid, and the defenders look very trustful in him, and have a good communication in the back four. So it's impressive. And I hope he will start in the World Cup too. He deserves it.
Does he get in front of Pickford though, on Pickford's England form, not on his club form?
I don't think so, but I hope.
Well, you never know. I mean, Pope is absolutely fantastic, and he deserves his opportunity. A couple of good quotes here. In his post-match interview in the tunnel tonight, Newcastle penalty hero Nick Pope instinctively grabbed my microphone before I asked him a question. Sorry, I'm just used to picking up everything in front of me, he said, before modestly describing his performance. And Eddie Howe on the performance, very difficult, tight game tonight, probably everything we expected it to be. I don't think it was a great performance from us. We were a little bit disjointed. We were very disjointed, I thought. And again, though, just Nick Pope, he's obviously a well-liked guy as well, very funny. I ran out of superlatives to say about him, to be honest with you. Let's talk about the penalties. I guessed 4 out of 5 who would take them. I didn't expect Botman to take one, and then he missed, unfortunately. It was a good save from the keeper. But Bruno's penalty was a little bit weird. Have you seen it?
I saw it. It was a strange run. I don't know what he was doing.
He tried to do the whole, I'm going to pretend to stop but not stop and just move very slightly. And then he sent the keeper the wrong way. He did everything right. He just didn't hit the target.
He tried to do the Juninho. It didn't work that out. But
no, definitely not. I mean, do you like to see penalties taken like that, or are you like an old-fashioned kind of penalty taker like I am? I prefer just to smash it.
Smash it,
yeah.
Just like Alan Shearer in the good days.
Yeah, exactly. And Joelinton's was brilliantly done. Trippier's was brilliantly done. So was Chris Wood. They were all very, very good penalties.
It's a good kick too, but a good save.
Very good save, wasn't it? He got his hand right up and just managed to keep it out. Let's see what everyone's saying in the chat. Hope we don't get Cambridge. I've seen that one. Bet your life Newcastle get Blackburn. The media go on about Thomason during his time at the Toon. Will they? I don't think they really will. I mean, he didn't have much of a great time at Newcastle, but he went to AC Milan and won the Champions League. So good. Wilson got a call up. We'll see him in March now. I know. You can't begrudge him having a call up to the England squad. I mean, he's on fine form. We're just going to have to hope to look after him properly. You never know. He might just sit on the bench and not even get a game.
I don't think he will play that much, but used as a sub, maybe get 20 minutes or a half hour or something. Not more than that.
Yeah, I think it all depends how the group games go. We've got 3 group games, and if they've qualified comfortably after 2 games, you might change things up. But yeah, you're right. I mean, unless they need something different on the pitch, last 20 minutes, like you said, to try and win a game or something. Fair play. It is great for them. I mean, we're all being selfish as Newcastle fans. We want to see Wilson fit and ready to go in January. Well, it's actually Boxing Day, isn't it? Is when the next game is. So it is a very selfish point of view.
I'm surprised Ivan Toney isn't in the squad.
Who, sorry?
Ivan Toney.
Yes. I mean, but he got picked for the squad and never got a game, didn't he, in the friendly? So it doesn't surprise me a little bit. But I don't know, it's Southgate, innit? He's an ass. These lower league teams are ones who usually cause an upset against bigger teams. Not sure who I want next. Honestly, anyone at home apart from Man City, I'm telling you. And Liverpool, let's stay away from them as well. Get Liverpool and Man City playing each other next. That'll be good. Or Brighton. We don't want Brighton away either. That would be a very tough game. Home game, Premiership team, get another out the road. They will be shitting it against us. I love it, Keith. Well said. The draw is tonight, straight after the Man United game. So I'm staying live to do it. I don't know if Lars can stay up that late or not, but he's more than welcome to.
I'm 1 hour in front of you.
yeah, it'll be about 11 o'clock for you by the time the draw starts.
Let's see.
Andy B. Wilson is fragile. I hope he comes back okay. This is the thing with the England teams now. What is different in the past is that Wilson will be going to the England squad, and every dietitian, physio, and everything will have everything on Wilson, what to do, what not to do, and they'll always be in contact with Newcastle and asking what the best way is to look after them. So let's try not worry about it too much and just enjoy the fact we've got 3 Newcastle players in the England squad. We've got a Brazilian in the Brazilian squad. Do you know what I mean? This is a different era now and different problems to deal with. It's fantastic.
It's the first time we have a player in the squad since
2006, I think it is, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a long time. And that doesn't surprise me with the amount of crap we've seen over the years. So there's only Shelvey, really, who potentially might have broke into the England team. And then there's Lascelles potentially under Rafa, looked like he could potentially be an England centre-back, and he's gone down backwards. So, yeah, this is the first time we've had some quality. Palace parked the bus and had no interest in winning the game in 90 minutes. Pathetic approach to a cup game. They wanted to take it to pens. They did what they did. They just penalty shootout was shocking for them. And that's football, isn't it? Pope save in the first half was now expected. 2 half highlights, we were all over them. Then the worst set of penalties I've ever seen. Hey, all 3 penalties we scored were fantastic. It's just the ones we missed weren't. Yes, he's supposed to be here. Blade is meant to be here, and so is Mauro. But I've got no idea what they're up to. But also, guys, you in the chat, the link is at the top. Come and join us. Come and have your say. Love Pope's quotes on Eddie's chat before the pens. I don't think I heard that one. Michael Shaw after the Man U v Villa game finishes tonight. Yeah, so that's about the draw. Your predictions cost me £4. Yes, they did. So Andy said, name your 5 penalty kicks, and I'll give you £1 for every person who scores. He gave me 4 rather than 3, so that was nice of him. What we got there? Snoozegate, pick and slap. He says it all. What a melt. I know. Do you know who Slapgate is, don't you?
Yeah.
Maguire, Slapheed. England will be coming home before Wilson gets injured. This is also very true as well. I get forgetful. Where are we in the league again? We are 3rd. It's a bit of a running thing with Andy. He likes to remind everyone that we're 3rd. We've got to talk about the team photograph. Everyone's smiling but Bruno. It just shows you the kind of person he is. He was absolutely devastated he missed that penalty. I think he needs to. I don't know. He needs to let it go, doesn't he? Because those sort of things can eat you up, and then it goes into the next game then you get a penalty, and if you're going to take it, you might not be over the fact that you missed your last one. And he's got to remember, we won the game, we won the tie in the end. You know, he was unlucky not to hit the target. It was just one of those things. He's been absolutely tremendous for us. He's won more games for us than we've lost or drawn. So it'd be nice to see him smile, you know, but he's obviously still very raw at that point and upset, isn't he?
He has to let it go.
Let it go. Let it go. My terrible attempt to singing. Hey, Kevin, nice to see you, man. How are you doing?
Hello, fine. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, yeah. Are you good?
Fine. I may not be here. I probably won't be here for a while because for whatever reason, my signal doesn't seem to last.
Oh, that's all right, mate. You can pop on for 5, 10, 15 minutes, whatever you want. This is the whole point of the show, for people to come on and have a little chat. I think I can't find it with myself to forgive. What were your thoughts on the draw last night? Do you think there was too many changes?
Can you hang on for a minute? Because I'm hearing I'm hearing double stuff right now.
Echo. I think it's echoing. You've also froze as well, mate. I really wanted to see Dan Burn call up today. Not bad. Didn't get the chance, I know. 0-0 at half-time in the Man United Villa game. Right, so we've talked about the games. We've talked about Nick Pope. We've got to talk about Eddie Howe. 2021-22, you know, before he took over, 19 games, league position 19, we had 5 points. And now you look at the start of this season, we're third in the league. We've got 27 points with 7 wins, and that could easily be 8. Obviously, because of the Palace game. You know, 43 matches played. He's got a win record of 48.8%. 71 points in total since he took over, 62 goals and only 51 conceded. We've actually got a plus goal difference since he took over. It's absolutely immense. You know, I've lost, you know, any more superlatives I can say about the man now. He's just unreal, isn't he?
It's crazy. It's really, really crazy. Now we're talking about being disappointed after the 0-0 draw yesterday, and last year at that time we would be happy and over the hill about that result and go through. But a lot of things have changed in the last year, and full credit to Eddie Howe. It's impressive.
Yeah,
really,
I mean,
really
I was very happy we got him as our manager. I was one of the guys straight away saying, look, Eddie Howe's the perfect fit for our football club at the time, because if we went down, he'd be the right man to bring us back up. But I did not envision this. This is just like another level, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. I thought we could fight for 6th place, 6th, 7th place before the season start, but to be third now and play the way we do and look together with Arsenal, the 2 most solid sides in the league. It's amazing, really.
I thought top 10. If you know, I was being very, very low key this season. I was like, look, let's just get top 10. Let's just see where we finish, and then progress again in January and progress again in the summer. But now everyone's mindset has just changed so quickly because we're sitting in Champions League spot. We're guaranteed that over Christmas. We still could be in 4th spot when the January window opens. Are our owners now thinking this could be an opportunity to basically develop this team and squad 2-3 years ahead of schedule now?
I think so too. Yeah. Because it's only maybe 1 or 2 extra players here in January, and I think the squad can go the rest of the way, the rest of the season. So yeah, maybe one more attacker, and I don't know if we have Isaac will come back hopefully in January. He can play both forward and on the left wing, and then Maxi can play both on the right and the left side, and it looks really good.
The thing is, as well, I mean, we've been playing so well, and we haven't got Isaac, and we haven't had ASM either.
No, and Maxi have been injured, the last couple of months, and only play a half an hour each game, and so it. And Bruno was injured, I think 4 or 5 games in September too, and
he was.
Yeah, so we have a bit of injuries, but yeah.
But that's the great thing about it, though, isn't it? Is that we've been able to pick up points and win games without ASM, without Isaac, without Bruno at times as well. It bodes well for the future, doesn't it?
It is, really, really good. And if you see the players in the squad, it's most of them is the same players who played for us last year. It's basically just 3 players who have changed the whole team. 3 or 4 players. All of them have stepped up, and it doesn't matter who comes in, and they will do the job. So
absolutely, and they have done the job, haven't they?
Yeah, let's hope we can keep that up after the World Cup and have the same momentum.
This is it. The World Cup. I don't know if the World Cup breaks come at the right time or it's coming at the wrong time. We will never know until we start back up again, because we did start a little bit slow this season, didn't we? I know we won our first game, but we did go on a run of 5 draws and a defeat against Liverpool. So, we've started to get momentum now, and it's like, are we stopping at the wrong time? But we've had some injuries and we need players back. We can strengthen. We're in a great position. It could be a really good thing that we're having a break.
I think right now it's a good time that the break will come, because we have played with almost the same starting 11 in most of the games, and I think they will get tired. So I think it's good they have some rest now and have the confidence, and
bit of warm-up training in Saudi Arabia.
It will help.
They are definitely going. I think they've got 1 game or 2 games planned. We've also got we've got a game in St James's Park as well, haven't we? Against Real Vallecano, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's you're right. Yeah.
I'm looking forward to them. I might try and get tickets for the Real Vallecano game. That'd be quite good to go to. I'm sure too many Newcastle player in the World Cup team would be a problem for some teams in England, but of course it's because Newcastle is the best team in England now. Very odd choices of penalty takers on Wednesday. Definitely not. Come on, Andy. Don't wind me up. I picked 4 out of 5. It was only Botman I was surprised about. Very good evening, everyone. Andy's waving. What ball number are we tonight? Right. What ball? See, I knew someone would ask this question, and I've got something ready for that. There we go. There are all the ball numbers, guys. We are number 12. Lucky number 12, I think. But these are the teams left in the cup as well. Anyone you fancy there, lads, who you would like to take on?
Maybe Charlton. Charlton home would be an exciting game. The Milton Keynes Dons wouldn't bother me too.
As long as they're at home.
Yeah.
I hate away games, especially in the cup against lower league teams, because they always seem to conjure up problems. Look at what Trippier did to her. Also need to remember other Premier League players could get injured at the World Cup, which could go for us as the season restarts. Exactly. 24, we're not number 24, mate. We're 12. He's trying to wind me up again. He really is. I've noticed Paul's in the chat. I hope your mum's getting better, mate. I really do. Links at the top of the chat, Paul, if you want to come and join us for a chat. I know you like coming on when you can. So please come and join us if you want to. Kevin, I think you should give up because you keep popping on and popping off and popping on and popping off and popping on and popping off again. So Paul would like Blackburn. Anyone at home. That's the way I see it. Anyone at home. A bit more on Eddie Howe. Eddie Howe was appointed as NUFC head coach a year ago today. Obviously, this was a few days ago. I took this screenshot. 43 games in charge, 21 wins, 11 draws, 48.84% win percentage. He's took NUFC from fighting relegation to third in the Premier League. What an appointment. I like Funny on Twitter sometimes, but they're a shit sponsor when it comes to money. So it's time to went. Eddie Howe on the cup competitions. The league form is so important to us as well, but in every competitions we enter, we want to give the best representation of ourselves. I said very early on here that my dream is to try and win something for Newcastle, and that hasn't changed. I love the way he speaks and the way he comes out. And there he goes on Sky. I said very early on, my dream is to try and win something for Newcastle. That hasn't changed. Today marks Eddie Howe's 1 year anniversary in charge. So there's the sort of the picture in a word, isn't it? And that picture says 1,000 words, I should say. Steve Bruce, hands on head. I don't think hardly ever saw him celebrate, didn't we? When you've got Eddie Howe barking instructions, making sure his team's doing what his team's meant to do, which really does show you the difference in characters as well, just in one picture. But yeah, I mean, Eddie Howe says he wants to win something at Newcastle, and someone kindly pointed out in his interview that the last time Newcastle won something, a man decided to step on the moon. That's how long ago it was.
Yeah, it's a long time ago. It was only the Intertoto Cup in the 90s, and that's it.
Oh God, we don't even class that as a trophy today. But I mean, we've won 3 championships, I suppose, but no, not a proper trophy. We've not won one. 1956, such a long time. I would take to see Liverpool and Newcastle United so we can revenge the early cheating defeat. I don't want to go to Anfield. No. Yeah, mate, I would give in if I was you, pal. But thanks for trying. Kia ora. That's a drink, isn't it? Man City, please. Oh my God, Boris. I'm glad you retired. Not scared of anyone now. I'm not at home, to be fair, but I am scared of Man City away, Arsenal away. Brighton away, I think, is always a tough game.
Arsenal is out. They lost to Brighton.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brighton are they did, didn't they? No, but I mean, in the Premier League, we've got Arsenal away left in the Premier League, you see. So we've got Arsenal away left. We've got Man City away. But we've played already Man United away. We've got Chelsea away as well. They're obviously...
Spurs away.
We've beat Spurs away. We've got beat off Liverpool. We drew with Man United. There's not many games I'm scared of now. It's just those 3 away from home. Yeah. Anyone else, I think we can beat them now. And this is why I think we can finish in the top 4.
I think so too. But I don't know if we have the true the squad to both have a top 4 in the Premier League and have a good cup run too. I don't know if we have the squad. Obviously, the January transfer window will change the things.
I've heard the January window, 80 million is our budget, but we've never got the budget ever right, to be quite honest with you. But we've been quite close to it. I've been told we're looking to bring in 2 players, obviously of quality, and then again they'll do that in the summer. Now, if you think about what we've got now and what we fielded last night is reserves, you've still got some quality, and you add 2, and then add maybe 2. That's another 4. you add 4 players to that squad, it actually looks a lot rosier and could cope with a cup run as well.
Very good. Yeah, you're right.
And also, I believe someone's told me this, the next round is the day after the World Cup final if England don't get to the final. So the next round of the Carling Cup or Carabao Cup or Tin Pot Cup, whatever you want to call it, is in December. So then you're into the quarterfinals. There's only 3 more games if you get to the final. So it's not that much of a burden, to be fair, which bodes well for us, I think.
Yeah.
We've just got to get a good draw.
Yeah, hopefully. Yeah.
Didn't make sense having Botman as a penalty taker. He's a defender and he's Dutch. Both are not good recipes for taking penalties. Well, that's not true. Look at Ronald Koeman. He was the king, wasn't he?
Yeah, Trippier.
I'm a bit confused this one, Peter. You said WhatsApp, and I've looked at WhatsApp and there's nothing there. Unless you mean what's up. That just looks like check WhatsApp to me. Kia ora is high in Kiwi. Oh, is it? There is definitely a drink called Kia ora. When I was back in the day, when I was a kid, I'm sure there was a Kia ora drink.
Yeah, I haven't heard.
And it's spelt very similar to that. So, yeah. Save Liverpool for the final. Oh, could you imagine beating Liverpool in the final? That would be sweet, wouldn't it? I would love that. Guest Phil is from New Zealand. Does Newcastle do anything with the away team dressing room like others do? You hear stories of some of the lower league teams flooding the away team facilities on cranking up the heating. So, yes, I've been on the tour. Did you go on the tour, lads, when you were here?
Yeah, I was. Yeah.
Yeah, so you sat in the away changing room as well?
I sat on the away team. Yeah.
Yeah, there's no clock in there.
No, you're right.
Yeah, they've got to bring their own clock. They've got all the heating pipes in there as well. It's a really cramped dressing room. It's in sort of 2 sections, so it makes it harder to do team talks in there. They've made it a horrible place to sit in, haven't they, really? There's no physio table either, if I can remember. They've got to bring their own. And it's literally a box standard. You've probably seen better standard changing rooms in Sunday league games. But I loved the tour. The tour was really good. What was your favourite moment of the tour?
There's a lot of things. It was nice. It was nice to sit on the to be on the top of the stadium and have the view out of
the skyline.
Yeah, and they told me that they were building on the roof, so the next stadium tours in the spring you could go on the roof. But
no thanks.
No thanks to that.
I am well scared of heights. You will not see me doing that. Oh, wait there. Who do we have here? Let's just go to there. And then go to here. And then, yay, Mauro, there's your reward. Well done for turning up. Just 38 minutes late.
Hello, guys. As planned, I'm joining in the 38th minute. So it was sub-appearance. I'm sorry. They had some really big problems and just tried to come as soon as I could solve everything. So I apologize, guys.
It's fine, mate. At least you made it, unlike Blade. I'll be having a chat with him. Does Newcastle do anything well? We've done, but just talked about that, the away dressing room. Yet they make it very horrible. Guys, if you've noticed, I keep changing the stuff along the bottom. Please have a look at it. Members' prize draw will be on the 7th of December. Villa are winning 1-0 at Old Trafford.
Oh, great.
They've just scored.
That's great news.
So the members' prize draw, 99p, will be drawn on the 7th of December. So it's a chance to win a Newcastle shirt well in time for Christmas. So 99p a month is nothing, guys. We had 5 new members join last night from the live stream, which was incredible. So I put the link at the top of the chat. It's a good finish, by the way. He's just dinked it over Dubravka. They might look at a handball possibly in midfield, but I don't think it's a handball. And it's a good finish from Ollie Watkins, to be fair. So consider becoming a member, and you'll be in the draw for the Newcastle shirt, and it'll be drawn on the 7th of December, guys. Right. Liam's decided to turn up. Look at this.
I've escaped.
You escaped the misses. He's escaped the misses. I love it. Top 4 all day long. May as well put us in the Champions League draw now. I love that confidence, Peter. I really do. Do you know what it is? I think this goal might get ruled out, No, it hasn't. I was going to say it was never a handball. It's almost down by his side. Our defence is fixed. I think it's awesome team spirit and passion of us behind the team. Onwards and upwards, Newcastle United. And Man United have equalised. Martial has scored. Literally just kicked off and then scored. That's mental. So back to 1-1. Back to a tie.
Really quick.
It was very quick, and Emery's not happy, which is quite nice to see as well. I thought you'd like calling it the Carling Cup, as I do. Carling Cup, Carabao Cup, Tin Pot Cup, Milk Cup, Woolworths
Coca-Cola Cup.
Coca-Cola Cup. It used to be called everything. That's a good goal from Man United, to be fair. 100% agree. Best thing about the team is the spirit right now. Baz, I don't have your number. How could I WhatsApp you? Good point. A lot of people have got my number who I don't know who's got my number, mate, to be honest with you. So, Barry, who was on standby for the England squad? I honestly don't know. Thought Dutch had a reputation of being below average penalty takers. No, the Dutch are good. Yes, Baz Kiora was, yes, still orange drink. I knew it. Yes, I was right. Hated it. I thought it was all right. Well done, Andy B. They had the video of the first England Rugby League World Cup game in the away dressing room. No idea why they take the away one. Very cramped, exactly. They might like that, though, being rugby players. They're a bit of a weird breed, aren't they? Rugby lads. I've lived your way. Lovely place. Goal. I've escaped. Nice, Andy. Always welcome back, mate. Maura, why are you late? It's not good enough. Naughty step for you, says Steve.
You're right, Steve. You're right.
Okay.
Sorry.
Villa in the honeymoon period with Emery. That's also true. All right, lads. Thanks for joining in. How's your team going on Manager 23 or whatever it's called, Liam?
It's Newcastle, man. We're going well. You'll hear more about it shortly. Don't do anything off camera. Don't worry. We'll say it all on camera.
Awesome.
Everything will be on live.
Who scored for United and Villa? Villa was Ollie Watkins, and for Man United, it was Martial. Just call it the League Cup. Yeah, I do most of the time, to be fair. You're thinking of Umbongo. Yeah, Umbongo was another drink. That was quite cool back in the day. Barry, the Cup gets you to Wembley, correct, and Europe for winning it. Yep, gets you into the dodgy Europe Cup, doesn't it?
Conference League. No, I think
it's League, isn't it?
I think, but I'm not 100% sure. I think they both, depending on the league position, they both get you to Europa League, and the league placing 7th takes you to the Conference League.
All right. See, I didn't know that. AFL Cup sounds cooler to me. Yeah. Talking about drinks, who remembers Kyoto? Or no, I don't remember any of them. I'm not reading that out. Definitely not. Right, where were we up to on here? This one, Newcastle's players were permitted to travel to London last weekend to enjoy a pre-Christmas bonding day and meal before heading back to Newcastle on Monday. Trippier and Lascelles were heavily involved in the organisation. Lars, that just sounds amazing to me. The actual bond the players have got. We've never had this before. You know, everyone wants to integrate into the squad and basically take on the philosophy that Eddie Howe wants the club to be a family club, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does. It's fantastic to see the whole squad. You don't hear any problems like in United and all the other teams. It's a good harmony, and everyone will fight for each other. And it looks, he's really, really good with the team, and the spirit in the team is amazing. So yeah,
I love it. I'm absolutely loving it. What about you, Liam?
It's the bond. Like, I think if they keep this bond and they get the right mindset and players in to constantly have that dressing room feeling of being a family, I just think it's something unique. And that's the one thing I love. Like, you see it even, I think even when we're seeing like Bruno and stuff with their penalties and stuff yesterday, like you're seeing everyone was commenting on him saying, don't let it get to your head.
Yeah, exactly.
You miss some, you score some.
Exactly. You can't score them all. I love, I mean, I just don't, I didn't like his picture on Twitter where he was down in the dumps and that. We actually got through. He needs to, I don't know, he probably should have given himself 24 hours to reflect before he might have put something up, because everyone was always going to back him. At the end of the day, he missed, but we went through. You know, even if we didn't go through and he missed, we'd still love him because he's a world-class player and he's the best player we've ever had in the midfield since Peter Beardsley, Mauro.
Absolutely, I agree. But that's just how he is. He's a
winner,
passionate guy. He's a winner, definitely. But he's a passionate guy who he probably needed to say this. He probably thought that he had to apologize, but of course, as you said, there was no need for that, because he's our midfield dynamo, our engine and main creator, and it was nice to see when Pope got the last penalty, that when he went to him, he said something. He's probably thanked him for covering for that. But as Liam said, the team spirit bond between the players is just amazing, and it's a great place to be and play for players.
Oh, massively. I don't remember that one.
Sorry, Bez, you were right about the Carabao Cup. They changed that, so you're right. The winner gets European Conference League, not the European League.
I thought so.
Yeah, FA Cup gets you European League, and this one gets Conference.
Yeah, thought so. Throw the kitchen sink at Chelsea. Hell yes, it's the last game before the World Cup. We've got to throw the kitchen sink at them. Stephen 74 tasted a bit like Lilt. I used to love Lilt. Barry, got it. Krepnik came in a shiny silver can. Us magpies are attracted to silver cans. Hope they've not listened to Richard Key's idea of spending time down south to attract players, as they've been. Oh, come on, Kevin. Of course they haven't. It's just they were down in London, so they were allowed to stay over there just for an extra day. It's nice to have a trip every now and again, isn't it? Steve, I remember the multicolored can. Mind you, it was over 30 years ago. I was 10, so I'm not going to remember that. May I ask of the four how confident you are percentage-wise Newcastle beating Chelsea? Liam, percentage-wise beating Chelsea?
Based on form of Chelsea, I think we've got an easy 80-90% chance.
Whew, that's big. Laz?
Not that much, but I think 60%. For Newcastle now. So I think we're favourites. Chelsea are a bit slumpy right now, so it looks good. Yeah.
The one thing I don't like though is it's the injured bear scenario, isn't it? You know, they've been beat a few times and they don't go on many runs where they get beat 3 in a row, 4 in a row, and someone always gets a bit of a hiding afterwards. Mauro, what about you?
I would say about maybe 65. Having watched their last game against Arsenal, they were very, very solid defensively, but they offered very little in attack. And I think with our pressing and St. James Park atmosphere, that we will win that game.
I'm sort of similar to you guys, 65, 70%. Because they're quite strong in defence, I mean, I could potentially see a 1-1 potentially, but I just want to see us throw everything at it and try and get the 3 points. Did you see last night when the young player missed the pen? None of his teammates went to him. Really? That's shock. That's just Palace all over, isn't it? I definitely remember it, Mick. You're right about the can with the pattern on it. I love how we've got a soft drinks conversation going on. Newcastle have a shorter pen shootout. 2 or 3 others went on like 10 or 9 or something. Yeah, they did. Yeah, I think the one of them was definitely 10-9. I think it was the West Ham one or something. Bruno's confidence will be sky high when he wins the World Cup. Yeah, it will be, won't it? Throw Ashley at Chelsea. Ashley couldn't afford Chelsea. If we're throwing the kitchen sink at Chelsea, let's leave the pits and pan. The pot. I meant to say pots and pans in added effect. Why not? Yep, he's highlighted pots afterwards. It saddens me Chelsea is last game before World Cup. Rather see EPL carry on. No, but it can't. It's the World Cup, isn't it? I know what you mean though. Baz is worried about the backlash from Chelsea. Definitely understand that. Always worried because big teams like Chelsea, like Liverpool, like Man City, they don't go on losing runs for very long. You know, you're talking like 2-3 games max. So 3-0, Miggy, Callum and Willock. 90% chance even the Chelsea fans don't want to come to Newcastle because they know we will be bending them over for 90 minutes, and that could come from a Chelsea fan. It has. The Chelsea fans are actually a bit scared, to be fair. Geez, that conversation just popped up. It did. Right, where are we up to? This one. This is the one that I think it was Blade was talking about how our tactics when we're in attack. Our formation changes drastically from a 4-4-2 to a 3-4-3 effectively. Because what happens is Burn as a left back sort of sits back and actually sits more of a centre back almost, with Botman sweeping in the middle and Shaw goes a bit further out wide. So we've obviously got that passing angles. Trippier loves to get up the wing as high as possible, and that's why Burn sits back a little bit to make those free. Willock likes to support Almiron and Trippier. Bruno goes through the middle to try and pick up that space, which is left open by Willock and Joelinton. And sometimes Joelinton likes to come across. Depends where the ball is. If the ball's on the right, Joelinton will cut in. If the ball's on the left, Joelinton will go out. Willock will stay out along with Almiron, trying to get into the box to support Wilson, and Bruno will be there through the middle. And St. Maximum obviously just goes where he wants when he's got the ball most of the time. But it's very interesting seeing that map, isn't it, Liam? Just like how the tactics works.
Yeah, it's like Moro's FM tactic.
Yeah. Goal! Villa scored again, 2-1.
Oh, great.
Pretty good because like, it gives like with things like that, it's good to understand and like get the dialogue of how the players sort of play. I think a lot of people not watch the match in that sense of watching how players sort of stick to certain positions and things. Whereas if you get something like this where it breaks it down, it shows you what kind of Eddie Howe is pushing on the players. Just shows you like how you can sort of take the formation as such. I mean, like Burn doing what he does and Trippier really being down more of like a right wing back more than like a full-on right back role. It just shows how like we're playing with more, like you said, a 3 at the back rather than the 4 at the back.
Yeah, I love it. And this does remind me of Championship Manager, and I used to remember playing the flower pot formation and having lines going bloody everywhere.
Yeah.
That was the cheat formation back in the day, that one. Laz, what do you make of seeing that on paper? This is the sort of thing that'll be put up on the board in the changing rooms, showing where the players need to be and what they are expected to depend on where the ball is when we're in possession. It's a good insight, isn't it?
It is. It's really good. I love the way they just understand each other and know how to take each other's runs and help each other, and it looks very flexible the way they play. So yeah,
I love it. Mauro, what about you?
Yeah, I love about Eddie Howe and our team that we almost always play the same tactic. When we went away to Liverpool, we played our 4-3-3. But it's good to have versatile and players that can either do a multiple position or are flexible to changes during the game. So this way, even though we have a starting tactic that we play, we can during the game, depending on the situations, we can adjust and practically change formation during the game. So I really like it, and I think the guys are doing it in an amazing way.
Yeah, It is. It's nice to actually see tactics on a board and analysing how things work. I love it. It's why I used to like Championship
Play
Manager.
Football Manager. Play Football
I know.
Manager.
I don't have time.
They're begging for you to be on it.
I've got kids, mate. I've got kids. I don't have time for computer games anymore. 12. If I can go part time and not have a job, then yeah, I'd be more than happy to do it as a job. But no, I don't have time for stuff like that anymore. I'm well out of the loop. I mean, the last one I played was when I was like 17 or something like that. So Jesus, it would have changed drastically since I last played.
But it's a good game because you can either play it like 10 minutes. If you don't have time, you can play, of course, for 24 hours. But you can always play a game and then continue at some other time. So
honestly,
get on your phone.
Manny, we're in. Rashford. Oh, he's belted it wide. He should have scored. Good effort. I remember when we were literally 16, 17, we used to be 4 of us. We used to start the game at 10 o'clock in the morning. And by about 5 o'clock in the afternoon, we hadn't gone past day 1. Because we're all setting up the team, doing all your transfers, doing everything. Scouting, all that sort of stuff. He hit the post, Rashford.
We used to argue about if we were going to sign each other's players.
Yeah.
Everyone used to go and scout all the Wonder Kids and all compete for the Wonder Kids. It was great.
Yeah. And then when there was only a couple of us playing, we used to get another team and then take all the money off that team and sell our worst players for the highest price. So we had as much money as possible. There's always good ways of cheating on it.
I used to play with my friend. He's a big Boro fan. And we played, I took Newcastle, he took Boro. And I remember once we had all that, the beginning scouting and everything. So it takes most time. And then in a pre-season game, I can't remember what, but I said something to Alan Shearer. And he started hating me ever since. I tried to offer him a new contract. I tried to give him all possible, played him all 90 minutes, of course, every time, but there was just no way. He just wanted transfer. And so after hours and even days of pre-work, we just had to quit because there's no way I would play without Alan Shearer. He hated me because of that.
Brilliant. Does anyone know what the attendance is tonight at Man United? I'm very interested.
Negative.
Damn it. I'm trying to find out what it is. I've been arguing with someone saying that there's no way Man United will sell out tonight against Villa.
Yeah. Let's see.
25 minutes ago. Let's start with positive. They normally have it on Sky, don't they? They normally tell you the attendance, but I can't see it anyway.
Is it not normally around now and anyway you'll find out in a match? So
normally it's on the app. Annoying.
Yeah, can see it too.
Very annoying. I can't because I'm watching it on the iPad. I can hardly see the crowd, but I'm sure I can see some empty seats. Do expect Newcastle to go back to the starting lineup that started last Sunday. Will last night affect Eddie's way of thinking for the starting 11? Just ASM is probably the one who would jump in on the left wing, but I think he'll keep the team exactly the same apart from that one change. Man United chance again. Rashford scores 2-2. Good finish as well. Terrible defending, slipping over. Old Hairy Hands has no influence on anyone. Why not just show any new players? Darius Hall, the Northumberland course, time off long stands. The North East will sell itself. Laz, would you move to the North East after what you've seen? And you haven't even seen the long sands and the beaches and Cullercoats and Whitley Bay and Tynemouth.
Not yet, but hopefully next time.
But you would love to, though, wouldn't you?
I will love it. I will love it. Yeah.
Exactly. All right, lads, rolling. Oh, go on, sorry, pal.
Nothing more. Nothing.
All right, lads, rolling Saturday. Kick chicken ass tea. Okay. I don't know. I don't get that. I can put Messi up in my garage by the beach. I love it. Skipped. Who will be Chelsea's representatives for Through Black and White Eyes to preview Newcastle game day Chelsea? No one at the moment, unfortunately. I've asked on Twitter a few times, but no one seems to be available. Question for Mauro. As a Croatian lad, how did you become a fan of the tune? Shira, wasn't it?
It was season before him. I mentioned it once. Croatian league, even now, but especially at that time, was really crappy and really fixed. There was only one team that could win, and I hated watching it. And then we started 95, I think it was. We started having English Premier League games on our TV. And it took me one game. It was a home game. Kevin Keegan was coach. The atmosphere, everything. It just took me one game to become hooked. And after that, it was all Newcastle.
I love that. What about you, Laz? Laz, what about you? Lasky as well, obviously being in Denmark. Can you hear me, pal? I think your sound's gone. Laz, hello.
Yeah, I'm back now.
Oh, you're back now. Brilliant. Yeah. I was just saying, oh, wait, there's a chance for Man United here.
I thought it was all of you.
Brilliant. So, ask you the same question. How did you become a fan of Newcastle?
Oh, good question. I was around 8 years old, and I really don't know. Probably a game in the television I saw with my dad. It was in 1993 or something. I was only 8 years old. So, but I don't know why. Probably the shirt. So we have a big win or something.
Brilliant. Peter, thank you very much for becoming a member or upgrading or whatever you've done, pal. So welcome to the Through Black and Whites family. You will be in the draw for the shirt, which will be drawn on the 7th of December, remember, guys. Only 99p to become a member. There's the information about the prize. Really looking forward to getting that draw. And here's Pete himself. Good evening. Can you hear us, Pete? You can. It's the nurse from the bog, everyone.
It's me. This is me, the nurse from the bog.
Welcome.
Thank you.
I can put my guys. I'm trying to find where I was in the chat there now. Oh, we've done that one. There we go. How shit was Sleepy G at Tactics? Must have been using Bruce's how-to guide. Yeah. Villa have obviously, oh, no, I thought there was a chance there. Last time Bars played FM, he had Nobby Styles in his team. Jesus, I'm not that old, but I am old. Does anyone here on the chat or on screen play DLS22 on mobile phone? It's like FIFA 23. I've never heard of it.
No. I know what it is, but I've not played it.
Oh, is Liam playing on this manager game whilst talking to us? Probably is.
I'm not.
Yeah, he's not. Sounds like a good game between Man United and Villa. Yeah, it seems to be pretty end-to-end, to be fair. That meant to say Chelsea. Oops, don't worry about it. On Morrow starting to like Newcastle. Remember Newcastle playing Croatia Zagreb in the season 96-97 UEFA Cup? Yeah, I remember that as well.
I almost got beaten because of that, because we were in the bar and I was watching, and when Temuri Ketsbaya scored, I was the only one that jumped on my legs. And there was a bunch of Dinamo Zagreb fans, Croatia Zagreb at the time, and they were all looking at me. So it was really nervy.
Brilliant.
Like 50 or even more people. I was the only one for Newcastle.
Fantastic.
I wasn't even born.
So yeah, I'm only joking. I came up north from down south 25 years ago, watched the 5-0 win against Man United and stayed. Nice one, Andy. I was there for that as well. That was a superb night. Right, Trippier. Kieran Trippier is playing the football of his life and taking Newcastle places not seen since the Kevin Keegan was in charge. Garth Crooks has said that. It's nice to see people realising, Newcastle haven't spent as much money as everyone thinks they have. This man only cost round about 15 million, and he's just been superb. What an absolute leader. And he showed it again last night when he came on as a sub. He was straight away making sure the back line was correct. and his leadership's been fantastic. Pete, what are your thoughts on Trippier?
For me, I hands down think he's the best English right back currently playing football. For the money that we got him for is an absolute steal. I mean, the absolute talent of the lad, and we've got him at a fraction of the price of what he's actually worth, to be honest.
Yeah.
I don't think I can't remember the last right back of this kind of quality playing for Newcastle, to be honest.
I'm going to be, and it's not disrespectful to any of the right backs that we've had, but I don't think we've ever had anyone who has this quality ever. I mean, one of the best right backs I saw was Barry Venison, and he's not even close to Trippier's standard, is he?
No. And I think Barry Venison actually sort of came into his own even more so when we started playing him as a CDM, which if memory serves right, that's what got him his England call-up as a CDM.
Yeah, it was, yeah. And obviously we had Warren Barton as well, who was a very good right back, and we've had him on the show a few times. But again, he'd even admitted himself, Trippier's just a different class.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. It's lovely to see, It's the first time, probably since the Entertainers era, that I can actually remember sort of feeling comfortable when teams are coming out with and not being like, which one of the four of them is going to drop a clanger and we're going to concede the goal.
To be fair, we even had that in the Entertainers era, to be fair, though, didn't we?
We did. Yeah, we did.
Liam, I'll come to you. The one thing that I love about Kieran Trippier the most is that when Lascelles came on the pitch as a substitute, you give the captain's armband to him. He is the club captain. He is the captain when he plays. Love him or hate Lascelles, Trippier knows, what that means to Lascelles. And Lascelles deserved that captain armband when he first got it, and he doesn't want to take it away from him, but he will be there to support him, and it just shows you the support that everyone has for everyone in the club.
Yeah, he's just a genuine bloke, isn't he? He's just so nice. I think he's a lovely man at heart as well, to be quite honest, because obviously you see him on and off the pitch, some of the stuff he does, and just. Without a shadow of doubt, he's the best right back we've had in God knows how long. And I think he'd be stupid not to be starting at the World Cup. I think he's probably the strongest, well, without a shadow of doubt, in current form, he's the strongest right back that England's got.
Oh, hell yeah.
I just love everything about him. Just even when you watch him play football, the way he's determined and the way he has sort of, I don't really know if it's a good thing or a bad thing to say with this. So when Mitrovic used to play for Newcastle, he had that sort of thing of getting the fans behind him. Trippier seems to have that kind of sense of getting everyone else involved and getting the fans up and ready. Yeah, I agree with that. Laz, what about you on Trips? By the way, Slappy should have scored a header there, but he didn't. But Trips has just been phenomenal, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's fantastic. I can only remember Warren Barton when I became Newcastle fan. Was a solid defender, but nothing compared to Trippier. He's a better player and a better leader, and he's better than all. Yeah, he got the whole package, I think.
Without a doubt, he can defend, score free kicks, put unbelievable crosses in. He's got everything. Mauro, we'll just break away very quickly because Villa are on the attack here. He's absolutely screwed that up. Ollie Watkins has had a mare there. He was, he should have done a lot better. But your thoughts on Trips as captain and a leader and the way that he understands his responsibilities.
As a captain, as a leader, as a man, as a player, I think he's been top-notch in all categories. Even when he was injured last season, he was just supporting the players and pushing them to play better. So I would say that at the moment, he's definitely the best right back on form in Premier League and possibly one of the best in the world. And I would really hate if Gareth Southgate plays him like in Russia as emergency left back or something, because this time I think he truly deserves to be starting right back and should definitely be by his form.
I agree. Man United have scored. It's 3-2 now. I don't know who scored it though. I kind of missed the goal. I just saw them celebrating. Here it is. It was goalkeeper's got it. 6-yard box. Oh, it's a terrible kick out. And it's just, it's a own goal, I think. Tyrone Mings celebrating his England call up by putting the ball in his own net.
It's not Mings, is it?
It is. Well, Bruno Fernandes, to be fair, it's on target, but I think the keeper might be saving it, and it's hit. Mings has slid in to try and block it, and he's put it in his own net. So that's fun, isn't it? Bristol Rovers was my team before Newcastle. See, Whitley Bay was my first team, and that was non-league football. So 40 years since Falklands War, of course. Thoughts on the lad being kicked out for chanting too much last night? That was ridiculous. I heard that. It all depends what he was chanting, as long as it wasn't abuse and all this sort of stuff. But if he was just singing songs, then yeah, it's ridiculous. Stupid. He probably loves Trent too much. I have to say, modern tonight is a breeze compared to last night. It was mental last night, wasn't it? Don't forget to become a member today for 99p, and you'll be in the prize draw. It also helps support the channel to give us more way in the future, which is absolutely correct. You were very patient last night. I would have blew it at the request for the link. Oh God, yeah, that was really driving me nuts. I was losing my rag, mate, but nobody was listening. So true. I'm not surprised. 4 years ago, Trips gave England the lead against Mauro's countrymen. He did. Yeah.
I watched it back yesterday's stream, and I just sort of laughed when the chat just suddenly went insane.
Yeah, it did. It went absolutely mental. I was like, I couldn't keep up with it. It was crazy.
Watching your eyes go.
Yeah, I was just like, oh my God. I tried to stay calm. But this is the one thing that Eddie Howe's got us again, and the owners and Ashworth, the backroom staff, the players, the boot guy, the kid who cleans the boots, the under-21s, the under-23s, the women's team, everything. The city is starting to believe again and is behind everything to do with Newcastle now. And I've never seen it, even the Keegan era, I've never seen the city so united behind everything.
The togetherness is absolutely unreal, isn't it?
It is. It's crazy. I'm absolutely loving it. And obviously we've got Mauro and Laz in different countries. I mean, Laz came over for the game. We've got people all over the place who want a piece of St James's Park now. We were 10,000 tickets down when Mike Ashley was in charge in the last 2 years, and now you can hardly get a ticket. It's just unreal. So we thank the players, we thank everyone. It's amazing. Can I get he loves having a laugh. Anybody you want banning, mate, please don't go there. I love it. I remember all the beers going into the Scalwest, watching it on BBC. Can I be a mod as well? Oh God, I don't know if that's a good idea. I quit. Hang in there. I love it. Come on, Steve. Hang in there, mate. I know there's a Canadian called Ryan that supports the tune. Yeah, not a big fan of him. You can trigger Steve's release clause. I nearly hung myself last night. It wasn't that bad, but it was. And this, I don't know where I've stole this from, by the way. I just saw it on Twitter and I had to steal it. It just sums up what's going on at the moment, doesn't it? We're knocking on everyone's door and we're literally putting everyone to bed. Brentford 4-1. I know Everton was only 1-0. Spurs away was an unbelievable result of 2-1. Beating Villa, huge result. Beating Villa. Southampton, massive result. We've smashed teams. And it's now Chelsea's turn to come to St James's Park on Saturday for the afternoon kickoff under the lights. And we always do crazy things under the lights, lads. Look at the Arsenal game last season.
I do fancy us for a win on Saturday.
I do as well. I really do. Laz, have you muted us again? You're there. So I'm saying it's crazy, what happens on a Saturday or a Sunday night under the lights at St James's Park. Anything's possible, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It's absolutely amazing. It's the city is it's unbelievable, and I
wonder what war flags are going to have ready for Saturday.
A lot of pints, and then
they always put on a good show.
We always do under lights. It's just there's something about playing St James's Park under the lights in the dark and the fresh. It's just it's amazing. Liam, you'll be going, obviously being a season ticket holder.
Yes, I'm going. At least that's a plan, unless I get my handcuffs put on it and kept in the room.
Well, I was just about to say that. Do you want to get your lass in the room? And I can have a word with her, and then I can sneakily take your ticket off you if you want. I mean, I'm more than happy to take your place.
It's not that easy. You should take the computer off us next. I don't want that to
go. On a serious note, I just hope that we get a blip that tossers don't start calling for Eddie's head. They did when we were drawing all those games. I know there was a lot of silly people on Twitter, wasn't there? But that's Twitter for you. You ask anyone around the ground, no one wants to see Eddie Howe go. A lot of it's the media as well that tried to wind us up. It's Nelly from Saudi Arabia, one of the Gallagher girls. Yes, she is. She's the voice from above. Cool. Random topic. Thoughts from you guys on Gary Neville taking cash from Bin to commentate, yet defending his position. Well, he got his arse handed to him, didn't he, on that channel? There's a Channel 4 program. Have I got news for you? Have I got news for you? It's a really good program, actually. It's very funny. But he got his arse handed to him. Basically, they were saying it's double standards. You can't go and take their money. And then say
then he goes and takes their money.
Yeah. So he shouldn't be going. If he feels that strongly about it, he shouldn't be going. It's as simple as that. And no journalist should be going if they feel that strongly about human rights and all that sort of stuff. They only care when it's about Newcastle, don't they? Let's face it.
He's had enough to say about it, hasn't he, really? He's, since the takeover, he's pretty much on a weekly basis, he's managed to find something to say about it.
Exactly.
And then, of course, as soon as the check's waved at him, he's away, I think it just tells you really that he's quite happy just to make his mouth go. Probably doesn't mean half the things he says, to be fair.
He doesn't understand half the things he says himself. We'll ask Liam when he gets back on when his next stream is, because I don't know, because I've left it up to him to do it when he can. Obviously, he does all the FIFA stuff and FM manager stuff and stuff like that, which Mauro needs to get involved with as well. Have I Got News for You was on BBC One. I wasn't sure what channel it was on, but I knew it was one of the BBCs. Doing another test Saturday morning to bring nephews up. Class, Paul. Have I Got News for You? He got shamed. He did. Been on telly for like 25 years. It's a great show. Mrs. Neville is the only woman with free. See you next Tuesday. Her own, then Gary and Phil. I don't get that. Neville's the only woman with free. See you there. All right, okay. I thought they were trying to say he was cheating or something. But there you are, right? So Eddie Howe on Matt Target. I think Matt's been very, very unlucky. Matt is trained very, very well behind the scenes. He's very keen to play, and I wouldn't say he is happy not to play, but I think there's a difference between being unhappy and the sort of accepting of the situation. Now Matt has seen the team go on a brilliant run. Dan Burn has played very well. I don't think he's felt like he could have an argument about not playing currently. That doesn't mean he doesn't want to or feels he deserves to. He will potentially get the opportunity to do that in the coming weeks. So obviously started last night, Pete. Solid performance, as it always is from Matt Target. But he is unlucky, but you can't shift Dan Burn at the moment.
No, and that's, that's the way it is. Dan Burn has come in when Matt Targett went out the team, and has done very well for an incredibly tall bloke. He's done very well at playing at left back, which is obviously not his natural position. And like every good team, it's now sort of down to Matt to try and take the position back and make the position his own again.
Yeah, I agree. What about you, Mauro?
Practically the same. He was great before the injury, but ever since Dan Burn started playing left back, he's been amazing in each game. I can't remember him having a bad game in that time, and he maybe offers a bit less attackingly than Matt Targett, but he's so solid defensively and offers the transformation that you showed earlier with him and two other guys staying behind, and Kieran Trippier going very further forward.
Oh, he just hit the crossbar and it was McTominay. Good effort. Lars, what about you on Matt Targett? He's just got to bide his time, hasn't he?
Yeah, he has. He's a well solid defender, and I hope he will get a run in the first team again. But of course, it's difficult to take Burn off because he's looked very solid in the left side, and it has surprised me because I was a bit concerned when I saw him on the left side because I thought he was too slow, and he maybe was out of position, but he looks solid, but hopefully Targett will have some games again, and as you said, he looked solid yesterday, and he will get his run again, I think.
He's good for him.
I also quite like the way with Dan Burn being at left back that should the situation require it, he's able to pull into the middle and almost make it like a three centre back kind of situation, and having his height in there for any kind of set pieces as well is a massive advantage.
Yeah, definitely. I've got no idea, Paul, what England are to lift the World Cup, to be honest with you, mate. I've not even looked because it just isn't going to happen. You've got a better chance of getting a black and white coloured dragon, to be honest with you. But there you go. Chance again. It is. It's in. It's 4-2 to Man United. I think it's McTominay. Yeah, McTominay, yeah. That's my
at least
we could get the privilege of knocking Man United out of the cup in the next round or whatever.
I think he's just hurt his hamstring as well.
True.
Celebrating. That'd be funny.
At least Dubravka will play some games.
Yeah. Mental, isn't it? Right, I want to talk about this guy because he's been out of the fold for a while. No one's really remembered him that much, but Kraft is working very hard behind the scenes. It's nice to see him lifting some weights, and we can't wait to see him back on the grass again. I know he's not the greatest player in the world, but Eddie was starting to get a tune out of him, wasn't he, Mauro?
Yes.
Sorry, I'm just 8-1 for England to win the World Cup. Surely it's going to be higher than that. Oh, shit.
Yeah, like almost every player in the team, he got him better too, and he has a bigger contribution that some of people would like to give him, but I think he offers much more than just goals, and he offers much more to the team's style and team play when he plays.
There's a great stat. Martin Dubravka has conceded more goals in 61 minutes than Nick Pope has since the 9th of October. Oh, fantastic. Better off taking 66-1 for us winning the league. Yeah, we've got more chance to win the league than England have got winning the World Cup. Matt lost the last 2 games. He's just come back from a bit of an injury as well, hasn't he? if England can win the first 2 games and not lose to Wales, maybe England will be more confident. Then who knows what will happen? I just don't have that kind of confidence. Brazil, France, Argentina are above us. Exactly. Remember, they've got Bruno in the middle. Anybody who bets on England to lift the World Cup needs their head seen too. I agree, to be honest with you.
Don't see that happening.
There's a little bit of a spat, but it's now finished. Right, I love this little chart. Newcastle have barely spent much time in a losing position this season. Game state share across all Premier League games in 2022-23. So 6% of games we've been behind in. I think that's a great chart. Drawn in 59% of the 90 minutes, and then we've been winning in 38%. So obviously there's a few games where we've drawn 0-0 or we've drawn 1-1. But yeah, that is an unbelievable chart. And we're above Man City. There's only Arsenal above us.
Tottenham are mid-table on that. And obviously we're kind of fighting with them for a Champions League spot. So it does kind of give you a good visualization of actual form, really, doesn't it?
Well, Spurs are the comeback kings, though, aren't they? That's the problem. They seem to go 2-0 down and win 3-2, don't they? So I'm not going to get too carried away about them being mid-table, but Liverpool, mid-table in the league as well, aren't they?
Yeah, so, Liverpool, Man U and Tottenham all there together.
Very interesting. Right down at the bottom, you expect those teams to be at the bottom, to be fair. Apart from West Ham, I didn't expect them to be that far down this season, but it just shows you how poor they've been. Well, Leicester, again, didn't expect them to be this poor, but they have been. There's a few more chats come in. England have a great team. Laughing, I love it. Anybody who bets on, I haven't done that one. If you're putting stats up, how long have we been in the position we are in again? 3rd. I'm not sure. It's only been 2 weeks, hasn't it? If England men don't win the World Cup, I see the shortlist BBC Spurs personality will be the woman. I think she'd. Oh, is that a game over? Yep, Man United have won 4-2. So we should be getting the draw for the next round very soon. I'll take fingers. I don't know what you're talking about there. I don't get that. Does the Palace and Bournemouth game still pains you, Baz? The Palace one does. Bournemouth doesn't because we were poor and we didn't deserve to win that game. But the Palace one does. And the Liverpool one does as well.
That still really winds me up, that.
Yeah, exactly. As we're coming near the end of the show, guys, please don't forget to consider subscribing, hitting the thumbs up. Become a member. The link is at the top of the chat to join the show, but there's a link underneath it to become a member, and you get added to a prize draw, which we try and do every month. But because we're doing a Newcastle shirt, which is £65, we've had to do 2 prize monies together, and we'll be doing it on the 7th of December. So become a member before then to have a chance of winning it. It can be a shirt of your choice. It can be the home one, away one, the 3rd kit, whatever you want. But that's what we're drawing on the 7th of December. I've got a raffle that's live. 2 tickets for a £5, 5 for a £10. Chance to win Alan Shearer's testimonial signed shirt. 2 Kevin Keegan signed shirts. 5 of those metal powder coated signs, which are amazing. I've got 3 Kevin Keegan prints because the guy who won last month's prize has not bothered to claim it. So I'm putting it into the prize draw for this. And hopefully I'll get some more prizes for it. But if you would like to buy one of these, Steve now has them back in stock again. They're amazing badges. So if you would like one, contact me via the email address, which will be going along the bottom very, very soon. There it is. And how to get raffle tickets as well if you want to get a raffle ticket. Whereabouts we up to? How many games are left after the World Cup? Anyone? We would have played 15, wouldn't we, after Saturday?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
So there'll be 13 games left. Is that right?
23.
Yes.
Yeah.
How many games are in the league against? 38, isn't it? Or was it
38?
38,
23 left.
Yeah, 23 left. My maths isn't working tonight. Yeah, so 23 games left. But there's also cup games as well. So
yeah, both cups.
Yeah. The England women's team is peachy. Know it how to win. They were brilliant. Next Newcastle Football Manager stream will be this weekend. There we go. Three fingers third Baz. See, my other mind was working when I heard three fingers, and I didn't want to go down that route. David, now. Andy may get free French hens for Christmas. David, Howe, man, the women's game is piss poor. No, come on, mate. Let's not go there. I thought the final was good. The semi-final was good. The women's teams are getting much better these days, and I'm really looking forward to the Newcastle women's team competing in Champions League and all this sort of stuff in the future, because it's what we want to see. We want to see every team doing well. That's wearing black and white. Whereabouts are we up to? Because we've got the draw coming up very soon. Two of our beautiful owners. I don't think the owners at Newcastle would be as wise, mature, and patient as they've been. When you look at the likes of Abu Dhabi at City, they usually want a star signing, a star manager, and they've done the very opposite. They're doing a very good job. It's been faultless, says Gary Neville. First time in a long time I'm going to agree with Gary Neville, lads.
I think he's got some good points and have good, he's an honest. I like him, but it's more character, and he's
Carragher's a bit more of a prick,
from the whole.
Oh God, please don't mention his name. But I mean, he's right though, isn't he, Mara? At the end of the day, it's the owners have been absolutely fantastic. They haven't gone for star-studded lineups. They've bargained with prices all the way through January and summer. We've got frustrated saying just pay the money. But they haven't. They've done everything right for the football club, haven't they?
Absolutely. They haven't put the foot wrong from the start, and every move they made on the field, off the field, behind the scenes, every appointment, I would say, even in the way they communicate, the way they joke, on Twitter, the way that our last home game last season, when they ran the pitch with players, you could see that they are not just doing it, they are doing it, they are enjoying it, they are doing it with their whole heart, and it's just, after 14 years of Mike Ashley, it's just unbelievable to see the owners acting like that, doing those things. It's mental.
Yeah,
isn't it?
I mean, it's. I love our owners.
It's everything we've ever asked for, isn't it? Really?
Yeah,
definitely.
Owners that try. 23 games okay, as we're going to buy in January, 3 players, and to remain where we are in third. I think we're going to sign 2, to be honest with you, but there we go. What about Blunderland? As I said, that shortlist for Sporty will be a woman to win it. Tooney to win it, Tooney. I don't know. I don't really watch sports personality, Kevin. It really doesn't bother me at all, to be honest with you. Here we go. Here's our form recently. Obviously, it hasn't got the Palace game on there, but it makes beautiful reading, doesn't it, Liam?
Oh, it's absolutely gorgeous. I mean, at the start of the season, I did predict us to finish pretty much high up the table, and I think it was like 6th or 7th. I said, everyone said, "Oh, it's a bit high," but look, we're now 3rd, and look at the results. It's just if we sit in top 5, I'm happy. I'm absolutely blown away because it's higher than my prediction. But honestly, them run of results just blows you away. Look at all the goals that we've actually scored in the matches as well. It's not like we've just cruised through just by a slight goal. It's like quite a big goal margin in the last few games.
Yeah, I agree. Laz, what about you? Looking at that, how proud of you of our team? I mean, I know there's a couple of draws in there that possibly should have been wins, but
especially the Palace game, as you said. Really unlucky not to get that goal, and like you said, the Bournemouth game was it was awful. We played really bad. But all the other games, I'm really proud, and I like the way we play, and we just keep attacking, and it's really amazing. And I had in my wildest dreams not dreaming of being third now and played the way we're doing. So yeah.
I love it. I mean, you look at some of the results then. Spurs away. I mean, I wouldn't have expected to beat Spurs. Even Fulham away, the form they were in, I didn't really expect to beat Spurs, to beat Fulham. But we did. Obviously, they had a sending off, which, helped us a lot. Man United away, getting a draw, probably deserves to get all 3 points as well. It's mental.
Absolutely.
Pete, your thoughts on our form?
It does. We keep sort of mentioning the Keegan days, and it does take me back to how it was then. There is no team in the league that I feel frightened of when I see the fixtures come up and stuff. I genuinely think we can go out there and we can give anybody a good run at the minute. And it comes right down to sort of even when we recover the ball in defence. You can see straight away the lads are getting their heads up, and and they're always looking for that move to break through the opposition, and it's just so exciting to sit and watch. It's just such a breath of fresh air. It's amazing.
Yeah, I'm loving it. Absolutely loving it. Mara, what about you?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear the question. I was just having the problem with my headphones.
It's in front of you. Look at our form.
Our form. What can you say? It's amazing. I'm trying to fix the headphones. I didn't check. It's amazing, and on top of that, you have the Liverpool game that should have at least been a draw, and we would be the only undefeated side. It's amazing. There are no superlatives that I could give that would be enough to praise both players and Eddie Howe.
On that, Andy, on Liverpool, I don't know if we were robbed of 2 points at Liverpool. I think we were robbed of a point, if I'm completely honest with you.
Yeah. Fair play, but not a loss.
A win, no.
Not a win for that.
Definitely Palace. Definitely robbed of 3 points against Palace.
Yes.
Don't forget, though, we had Isaac's second goal, which was disallowed against Liverpool as well, which...
Yeah, but he was offside, wasn't he?
Yeah. It was kind of like...
You can't argue with it. He's offside, and he... So I know they took ages to make the decision, but if the line says he's offside, he's offside. I can't wait until they bring this new technology in that they use in the Champions League for next season, because it's so clear that you can't argue against it. So I'm looking forward to that coming in. Where we sit in the league, we're in Champions League spot. We've got to cement this spot. It's not as easy as that, though. Let's just see what happens. We're ahead of where everyone expected us to be, and it's amazing. Everybody hated Mr. Teef Klopp since that night at Anfield, quite rightly too. He's been a bit of a dick recently, hasn't he? Smash the like button, guys, if you don't mind. Good Lord, Mara, catch up, man. What about Brighton? Definitely very lucky to get a point against Brighton, if I'm completely honest with you. They outplayed us that day.
True.
I don't want to talk about the Callum Wilson disallowed goal, because I don't think the keeper let it go in. I don't think that was going in. It was a weak shot. Shouldn't have been given as a free kick, though, but I don't think he would have scored, to be honest with you. You peeing in a bottle, Maro?
No, peeing.
Being caught.
Caught peeing in a bottle.
I'm not that crazy. That's something that Blade would probably do.
Yeah, that's me. I definitely wouldn't go past him on
protein.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, right. We've got to talk about this man, because we've not spoken about him at all tonight. And Miggy has just been absolutely phenomenal. Player of the month, goal of the month. Eddie Howe is probably going to get manager of the month. The only person who could beat him to that is Arteta, who in his own right deserves it. But Premier League this season for us, he's our top scorer. He's had 36 shots. He's had 13 shots on target, more than anyone. He's had more touches than anyone inside the box. He's done more sprints than anyone in our team. He's just been phenomenal, Liam.
Yeah. It's just clicked for him, hasn't it, all of a sudden?
It has.
it's just, I think we've found the Miggy that we've knew's been there all along. He's had that unlucky form of having to be under Bruce, and I feel like this is the player that we've just had that's been kept behind a closed door for such a long time and isolated. Now he just has the free rein to do everything. And the amazing thing about Miggy as well is, my opinion with Miggy was he was going to do so well with Maxi playing with him. But the more I watch Miggy, he doesn't have to depend on people like Maxi. He doesn't have to depend on the things that Maxi sort of does to help him. I feel as though like it might be a bit of a bad thing to say, but they're sort of getting each other's way in a sense, especially on the attack. Like sometimes one of them will be on the same wing as the other, and it just it's a bit too much. But now it's just every time we're watching a game, no one's just watching Callum Wilson anymore. They're now watching Miguel Almiron, and just it's unbelievable to watch.
Yeah, and the only people Miggy relies on is Trips and Bruno now.
Yeah.
He really needs them two to play, Pete, because Bruno's finding his runs.
Yeah, he is. Bruno's always kind of looking up to see where Miggy is, and trying to get him through. It's almost like a Bruno Paqueta kind of relationship sort of starting there. But again, if you look at what we paid for Almiron, we're an absolute steal that's turned out to be.
Yeah, absolutely. And I always said, I mean, even when he's played under Rafa in that first 6 months that he came, his pace really troubled defenders, and it really helped Rondon and Perez get more action, to be honest with you, inside the box, because Almiron was busy, he was there, and had he scored that goal on his debut, I think we would have seen a lot more of Almiron quicker than what we have done, which was a bit of a shame. There's a few bits in the chat I just want to cover. It wasn't the Shadows poll, that was just someone making things up. Bad Mauro for peeing in the bottle. We don't know if Eddie's got it yet. I know the closing date was the 7th for votes, wasn't it? 7th or 8th for this month. So they must be doing it soon. I hope Miggy gets 15. Well, he's not far away from it, is he? Just needs 7 more. He'll beat Haaland. Yeah. That is
a bit optimistic.
Just a tiny little bit. 2 players in January, 3 if you include Isak, and we're really going to rock. We really are. Rashford got man of the match tonight for Man United, if anyone's interested. It's going really good, Jag. Thanks for joining us late. We've got the draw of the Carabao Cup coming up next. Shouldn't be too far away now. Miggy, Trips and Bruno have gelled. They really have, honestly. They've been fantastic. Shearer's right when he said Miggy is doing that well because of Trips and Bruno. Exactly. I've been saying it I said it for months. He needs Bruno and he needs Trips. They are deadly. They're absolutely fantastic. Right. Just for Andy. There it is again.
Oh, yeah.
Third. We could have been third with 31 points, though, which is really frustrating. We could have been 3 points behind Arsenal, which is really annoying. But third is just unbelievable at this stage of the season. It's not a fluke. Because if it was a fluke, we would have lost more games than what we have. We've only lost 1, which is absolutely incredible. We didn't deserve to lose that one.
Look at the goal difference, though, as well. We've got a positive goal difference. And it's double figures as well. It's not just a single figure one like Spurs. We have a mint goal difference, which is unbelievable. 17 is incredible for us. It really is. What's your thoughts on that, Pete, when you look at it? How proud?
Again, it's amazing, It's like you're looking at that and you're seeing us sitting in third. Again, it's like a time warp. I'm back in the 90s again. It's absolutely amazing. You guys, you were asking before, Baz, about how you came to support like the team. And just as a quick little interesting story, Ozzy Ardiles was the manager, and a friend of mine, her mother was the manageress of the ticket office for Newcastle United, and I got a season ticket for 50 quid. And that was my first.
50 quid.
Yeah. 50 quid, and it turned out to be Keegan's first season with her, and up we went.
Yeah, to be honest with you, that's exactly how it happened to me as well. I ended up with a season ticket through my dad when Ozildiris was in charge, but he sort of knew there was something bubbling in the background, so it was the perfect time to get it.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
And the season we survived. Laz, what do you make of that league table? It's just crazy to see us in it.
It's totally crazy. Like you said, it's being third now so far in the season, and with the goal difference, all the clean sheets. I'm over the moon. I really am. And I just hope that we will stay for European place next season. So it looks good, and if we can get 6 points the next 2 games, it looks good for the spring.
And the really good thing about it is we're guaranteed top 4 for Christmas.
Yeah, we are.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Love it. Love saying that.
Like you were saying before, Bart, about.
But if we can beat Chelsea, then we have a
Oh yeah, we've got a 9-point cushion over Chelsea if we beat them.
Yeah. And we have to look at those teams and Liverpool, and we in the end of the season, it's those teams we're fighting for the spots. So if we can beat Chelsea, and then it's really looking good.
It is really good. You were saying
like you were saying before there, Baz, about playing under the lights at St James's Park, and it is a really special ground under the lights for the matches, and it's even more special when it's European football and it's playing against Barcelona or whoever. And to think those nights are on their way back is pretty awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. Andy's called me out because yes, I did promise you fireworks, mate, but I had to put everything together today and I forgot, and I was looking after my little girl at the same time, so I'll try and do it for next time. It's the same picture I used last time, that's why it hasn't been changed. If we beat Chelsea and City, love, we will be in the same points as City. It's mega, it is, but we've got Chelsea next, then we've got Leicester, haven't we, when we come back. It's going to be an interesting game. Third, yes, we're in the right place. Barry sitting in the top table. Long may it continue onwards and upwards. I would love it. Absolutely love it if we finished in 4th. I would love it. Howe and his staff have done an incredible job with Bruce lads. God only knows what we will do in a season or 2 with quality players. We've got quality players now. We're going to get quality players in January. We're going to get quality players in the summer. It's all about quality now. Sorry, not the same points, but not far off. No, I completely agree. We will not be far off. Just hope we all maintain this positivity. If we have a little slump, bound to come, but believe we will make top 4. Even if we don't make top 4, we're still going to finish in the top 6.
It's Europe for sure, just depending which competition.
We're going into this next. Yeah. We're going to go into this next transfer window sitting in 3rd or 4th. Yeah. It's going to be absolutely incredible because it just sort of puts us on the map with a whole different level of player that we can go in for now, sitting in Champions League spots. So
Absolutely, because that's what we want, and we want quality players who want Champions League football. So the likes of Diaby, it makes Newcastle a much better prospect, doesn't it? There's the England squad. If anyone's
he's still the boy for me, like Diaby.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, him and Maddison for me. But I think it's a winger and a defensive midfielder we'll sign, to be honest with you. Or maybe we'll wait till the summer and maybe sign 2 wingers. It's all very interesting. But there's the England squad, for anyone who's interested, obviously Port makes it in there. Trippier obviously does because he's world class. And then Wilson gets his call up as he deserves on form this season. 7 goals. Is this 7 goals? 6 or 7 goals?
6.
6. Because Mickey's gone ahead of him, hasn't he? The surprise inclusions, or the inclusions that we didn't really want to see in there, are Eric Dyer, Harry Maguire. Not a fan. Connor Cody, I'm quite happy for. I would like to see Dan Burn or Dunk from Brighton. I think he's having a fabulous season. Henderson being in there, Gallagher being in there. Phillips has played 1 game. He hasn't even played a full 90 minutes, and he's in the England squad.
And only 1 minute out of that 1 game.
Yeah, exactly.
1 minute.
How does Jack Grealish get in the squad as well? He's not even in form.
Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous.
So this is why I've said I'm not really that impressed by the England squad. I don't think we're going to do that well, because I think he's going to play with 2 holding midfielders, because he's going to think the back 4 aren't strong enough to look after themselves. So it'll all be negative football again.
Phillips as well, playing 1 game.
Exactly. 1 game.
Barry
It just
turned into a
shocks you a
Dalek.
bit.
Turned into a Dalek. Brilliant. Is that only on your phone, or is everyone else hearing the same?
You're fine for me.
It's your phone then, Pete. Apparently I sound like a Dalek. But
I still think it's weird as well, though, like even Cody getting in and Dier as well. I don't understand it. Like
Dyer's Dyer.
But I just don't understand why. Like, he said the day, I was listening at the day of him saying he's based the players on form. How can you say it's based on form when you've got them kind of players in it?
I don't know if it's just me.
It's just crazy. Like I think Talksport interviewed him the day, which was just a weird one.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Pete, I think it's just you, pal. Everyone else sounds absolutely fine. So if you've got Dalek, it's only on your headset, I'm afraid.
We're all fixed now. We're Dalek free.
With Dalek
Is it Dalek from Doctor Who?
Yes.
Yeah. Just checking.
No, from SpongeBob.
SpongeBob SquarePants. Is Burn on standby? I honestly don't know who is on standby, to be honest with you. How long has Joelinton worked in the UK? Does it work like rugby so he qualifies now? He doesn't qualify yet for England, unfortunately. It's 10 years, isn't it? You've got to be in the country before you can qualify for them to play. Different in cricket, though. Got a reason to have some interest in Southland this time round, though I'll be equally interested in Brazil, Switzerland, and hopefully Holland. I'll be watching a lot of Brazil because Bruno's in the middle. We've got the likes of Madison and Trossard through the door in January, with Isak chomping at the bit. Will terrify every team apart from Man City. I think even Man City will look over the shoulders, to be fair. Harry and Gareth.
Man City defence don't fancy that.
Exactly. Even lads, even very evening, Michael. Thanks for joining us late. And Bruno scores the winner in the World Cup final 2023. As long as it's not a penalty, then yeah. Because that was terrible. Peter Schmeichel's talking at the moment. They need to get this bloody draw done, guys.
I was going to say that draw's been a bit of a
nightmare, yeah.
While we're waiting for a while.
Yeah, it's doing my head in. If anyone needs to go, you go. You don't have to wait till the end of the show. But I'm going to stop up because I've just got the kids to look after tomorrow, so it won't be too bad. But please hit that subscribe button if you are enjoying the show and it's your first time watching. There is a membership option of 99p if you'd like to become a member, and we do a members prize draw once every 2 months. But we definitely do it once every 2 months, but we try and do one a month if we can. And a Newcastle shirt will be drawn on the 7th of December. So good luck to everyone who's a member at the moment. And if you become a member now, you've got the chance of being within that draw. Check out Glenn Midders, Coastal Carpentry and Joinery. If you're in the Northeast, you need some work done, he's absolutely spot on. The missus for perfume and aftershaves, FM by Claire. Honestly, you can pay £16 for a bottle of aftershave, which you'll normally pay about 40 quid on the high street. It's great stuff. Steve's selling the badges again as well. If anyone wants one, contact me via email or via Twitter. Great Christmas present, these. And raffle tickets are on sale for the Alan Shearer testimonial shirt, the 2 Kevin Keegan signed shirts, the 5 powder coated badges, partridge in a pear tree, and the Kevin Keegan prints, and one of them will be signed as well. So that's my calculations, 11 prizes up for grabs. So yeah, become a member and you might have a chance of winning one of them. 99p. 99 pence to be within a draw. You won't even realise the 99p is disappearing from your bank account. I have got March on the New Army, Ukraine Patriotic War Song, lyrics and translation. Love it. Welcome to the chat, pal. Yeah, Man City will not be happy with our team if we get Maddison and Trossard. I think Trossard goes to Chelsea, guys.
I don't think Trossard comes to us. I don't think we need him, and I say that in the sense of I don't know if he fits in with the style of play we play. I don't think he would sort of be an upgrade to the position he plays in as well, because obviously he's a left winger, and in my sense, I don't think he upgrades Maxi. I think Maxi, in a sense, is somewhat better.
But he does upgrade the backup, though, doesn't he? That's the thing. And if you look at Trossard's strengths, see, again, would love him, but I think he's going to go abroad.
Yeah, he would have came in the summer if he wanted it, but his heart wasn't set.
Yeah, I've got a feeling he nips off at abroad. But if you look at Trossard's strengths, it's pressing, which is what Eddie Howe loves.
Well, that's what I said. Do you know if since Maxi's been out, Murphy coming in that position, and then you realise that suddenly the transition of Joelinton going on the wing. I said if you watch Joelinton, he presses it and he runs at the defenders, whereas Murphy, yes, he'll run at them, he'll try and take them on, but he'll never run into them. He'll more or less try and pass it back rather than run it into the defender. Whereas Joelinton will look to get fouled if he needs to. And it's the same with Maxi as well. I think that's the one thing Eddie Howe's noticed, because I noticed it over a few games as well, where he had that transition for Joelinton to do it.
But I mean, I always said Joelinton could play on the left wing, and he's not bad there either, to be honest with you. But I'd rather have him in the role that he plays in the centre midfield, though, because I think he's absolutely fantastic at that as well. But it's nice to have versatile players. Do you know what I mean? So they can step into different areas. It's amazing. Ukraine shoulders recapture southern town of I can't pronounce that, from Russian forces. Do you know what it is? They just need to end that war. It's doing my head in. And our gas prices are going screw the roof because of all this. Cheers again for a great show. Bar's going to try and stop the kids watching Matt Hancock eating unspeakable things.
No, don't do the spoilers. Stop doing the spoilers. I've watched it.
Squad depth, exactly. Squad depth is what we don't have, and Trossard would definitely improve that, to be fair. I think the missus is watching. Yeah, no, she's got to bed now. She's gone to bed. She must have watched it and gone. This draw is taking far too long to start. It's doing my head in.
What do you chaps think about Joelinton? He's got to be worth a punt for his contract running out.
Like I said, he'll go abroad. He can talk to anyone abroad in January, but he can move to anyone in the summer.
Yeah.
So clubs abroad will smash in there and offer him a massive contract. So
I said for me as well, I think Tielemans as well is looking to be one of them players. He'll go to like the German league, for instance. I think that's where he needs to go.
I think he's still young enough to be in a bit better league than that, though.
Oh yeah, but I just think someone like Bayern Munich, for instance, really struggling in the midfield and they need a midfielder. And another one, a really big shout, is Dortmund. Because if Jude Bellingham comes to the Premier League, they're going to need to fill in that midfield spot, and Tielemans is a perfect fit for that team.
Yeah, I forget about that. I forget Bellingham wants to come to Liverpool, doesn't he, apparently?
Or Newcastle.
We've got time out long sounds, lads.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I mean, I just think it's the history of Liverpool, isn't it? What people go for.
In a sense, you know what? That's just sort of came to me. I would love to for Jude Bellingham to somehow do a U-turn and come to Newcastle, just to rub it into Gabby Abonlaho and just say like, look at a lad coming from Birmingham and he's coming to the northeast.
Yeah,
that'd be great. Get everyone tweeting that out.
Absolutely love it.
I was listening to the day though. I was waiting for him to diss the fact that Wilson was going to the World Cup, and he's point on Wilson was he was all for it, but the only thing he kept saying was they just need to be careful with these injuries. And I was like, coming from a guy that was injury prone at Villa, just mental.
Yeah,
that is absolutely. Yeah, it is. It's crazy. Whereabouts we up to in the chat? Oh no, we've done that one. Who's doing the draw? I don't know. It's in the adverts now. I'm hoping after the adverts, the draw is going to be on. So I'm going to put up the ball numbers again, so you know what we're looking out for. So apparently we're number 12. Is there anyone that we're scared of in there? Obviously, Man City.
I mean, you don't want to come up against Man City, really, do you, at this moment in time?
For the final.
I want Liverpool.
Really? Why?
Yeah, I want Liverpool. Just the fact of the form Liverpool's in. Yes, they won yesterday, but I think they're in such a stalemate in where they're playing at the minute. I think it's a perfect time to play them and just give them that sort of, like, giving the players the sort of, like, right, we've kicked Liverpool out of the cup now. You can have Eddie Howe do it where he rotates his side and puts the best 11 against Liverpool, but then it also means that if we get someone that's a little bit lower down in the next games, it means he can rotate them and bring in the youngsters again, like he did with Palace. But I would love to play Liverpool. I just think it makes sense. If we beat Liverpool now, the only other massive threat that's in that draw for me is City.
City at home, no, but City away, yes. I think it depends what team they put out as well, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yes, David, well said. It really is. Take City in the final. Oh, God, no, because they might put a good team out then. I'm with Lim and I take Liverpool. Wow. Bring on the Manx at St James's Park, humiliate them. That would be nice. Man United at home, stuff them. Everyone's on the same route as that one. Laz, who would you like to pick again? You said MK Dons, didn't you? At home.
Yeah, and
Charlton.
Yeah. Burnley would be fine. Most of the championship clubs.
Blackburn, nice. Burnley, Charlton, Gillingham, Lincoln, MK Dons. But most importantly, a home draw.
Yeah, home draw.
Hopefully the draw will be made before the World Cup final. I'm telling you, if it's not on after this advert, I'm not going to be happy. I thought literally the draw would be on at 10 o'clock.
People like Lincoln and stuff will be begging to have us in the draw and have it at their ground because the amount of money they'll make off selling tickets for their away end will be insane. It'll keep them afloat for a good 10 years.
It depends how big the away section is. They'll probably want it at St James's Park because a lot of the times, the Premier League teams donate the tickets to the away team, don't they? Or they donate half of it or whatever.
I've got a funny feeling about Blackburn, lads. For some reason, I seem to fancy we're getting Blackburn.
Hey, I would like Blackburn at home.
Blackburn at home, I certainly wouldn't be disappointed with it.
When I looked at it, this like who there was in this morning, first team that like I sort of clocked my eyes on was Burnley. I didn't want would I have Burnley, but the first team that came straight to us was Burnley. But I still think I would take Liverpool as long as it's at home and it doesn't mess the fans to go all the way down to Liverpool at like stupid o'clock at night, like they love doing.
I like it. I think we've got the draw now. It's Peter Schmeichel and Dion Dublin who are doing it. What's up, Mara?
I have to go, mate. I'm sorry.
Go on, get yourself off.
I
It's
think
fine.
I'm under the weather for the last 10 minutes. I've been shaking, and it's getting
God.
worse and worse. So I'm gonna make something warm and go under the blanket. Sorry for going.
It's fine, mate. You get yourself off. Thanks for coming on, man.
Yeah. Cheers, guys. See you.
Get
See
well
you.
soon, man.
Bye bye. Cheers.
Right.
Bye.
He's like me at the moment, always bloody ill.
Sounds like it.
I do not mind who we beat, home or away. I know, but I just want a home. I want a home tie. They're taking their time over fiddling it. I love it. We've definitely got the right draw numbers, which is good. And they're just about to start drawing the balls now. Just get on with it, man.
Come on, Smite.
Honestly, they're talking too much.
Yeah.
Ta-da! Managed to find it.
The draw?
Aye. I'm literally sat there and I'm like, where will I find it? And I've just managed to find it by literally typing in Carabao Cup draw.
First one out, Wolves.
Oh.
Will play
Gillingham. Wolves Gillingham.
number 6. Gillingham, you're right.
Oh, wow.
Well, Wolves were scored there.
And a poor season as well, to be fair. Schmeichel's got his hand in again. Likes playing the balls, doesn't he?
I'm in front of you.
40.
Give them a good
14.
jiggle.
Southampton. I'm on the iPad, so you will be a little bit in front of us. To be fair.
I'm behind. This is no good, this.
Number 8.
I want to be the first to find it out.
Lincoln City.
Lincoln City.
Oh, I give up. You can tell us.
Blackburn.
Oh,
It's like 5
Blackburn.
minutes behind.
2. Blackburn. You're well ahead. You
Nottingham Forest.
Forest. Ooh.
There's Nelios.
What are you watching it on?
Yeah, I know. Absolutely.
Mine's over still at Wolves.
So Blackburn against Forest. Very interesting.
Newcastle home. Perfect.
Oh,
Are we at home? Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
Who we're playing though? Lovely home tie. That's what we want.
so quiet.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Pete, apparently Amy says you're fit.
Number one.
Number 1.
Bournemouth.
Oh, we got Bournemouth.
Bournemouth.
Oh, wow, that's a good tie. That's a really good
Newcastle
tie.
beat Bournemouth.
Bournemouth. All right, we'll do that
I'm
one.
very happy about
Yeah.
Mm.
Fantastic.
that. Eddie
draw.
Howe's old club again.
That'll be. Oh yeah, I didn't even think of that.
Amy sort of has
wow.
to say that like lads because my other half.
Yeah. I love it.
Oh.
City at home. Who they got?
City Liverpool.
Oh my lord, that's a
yes.
good one. That's a really good one.
Get
I would
in.
love if Liverpool kick City out.
I love it. I love it. Man City.
Michael
Liverpool.
is smiling.
That is it. That's what everyone wanted the final to be like. Everyone.
We win the cup this
knows.
year. I've quoted it.
I'm not going to
United
go that
home.
far ahead. In my United at home. Peter Schmeichel's happy he's pulled Manchester United out. I wonder how he managed to do that, eh?
Or Burnley. United Burnley.
Ooh, tricky tie. Presenter's trying to flash some leg there. Who else
MK
is
Dons.
left?
So
MK Dons, home draw. Arsenal right with Brighton. It could be Brighton next time.
Leicester.
Ooh. Pete
It's
Amy
difficult.
asks, are you not impressed I managed to figure this whole stream thing out though?
Yes, you did very well, Pet.
I love it.
If you're watching this and listening to it like Amy, I could do with a brew.
I love it. Number 5, Charlton. That's
Charlton
Brighton, isn't it? Charlton Brighton is the last one out. That's the trickiest tie for Brighton away from home. But yeah, there we go, guys. A home tie against Bournemouth. Does it have what date the rounds will be potentially on? I can't listen to it because you're not allowed.
Yeah, you got copyrighted, don't you?
Exactly. But Newcastle Bournemouth, I'm happy with that. It's a chance for people to get to St James's Park again. Yes, Roy, it is Newcastle v Bournemouth. Tea or coffee? It's got to be tea at this time of night, not coffee.
Absolutely. Tea all the way.
Don't know when the tickets are on sale. They've just done the draw. City, Liverpool. Just before Christmas, before the World Cup final. It can't be before the World Cup final, because if England are in the World Cup final, it means we'll be missing players, which means it will not be played then. So it'll only be... Plus, again, if there's Newcastle players like Brazil are in the final, Bruno will be missing. They're not going to allow we won't allow that to happen.
Apparently, it is the 19th of December.
Yeah, 19th of December. Yeah, but it all depends on who's in the final, I think. But there we go. Wolves, Gillingham, Southampton, Lincoln, Blackburn, Nottingham Forest, Newcastle, Bournemouth, Man City, Liverpool, Man United at Burnley, MK Dons, Leicester, and Charlton. Brighton is the concluded draw for the last 16. It says week commencing December the 19th. So that could be the 20th, the 21st, the 22nd, the 23rd. It doesn't have to be on the 19th. It's the week commencing the 19th. So we'll just have to wait and see. We'll have to keep an eye out when tickets go out on sale, and hopefully we can have a trip to St James's Park before Christmas. That would be nice, wouldn't it? But yeah, so thanks to Laz for coming on, Pete, Mauro as well, who's gone, and Liam obviously for popping on. We'll be back tomorrow night as we look ahead to the Chelsea game. I'm still trying to find a Chelsea fan, so we'll see if that happens. I will be doing a live watch along again on Saturday afternoon, but I'm sure many of you will have a stream because it's on Sky this time.
You can still watch it if you want, though. You can still watch it. Second monitor.
Of course you can. Yeah, just stick it on mute and watch me instead. However, England are on the World Cup final. I'll show my Arsenal Phoenix window. Yeah, but Brazil could be in the World Cup final and we'll miss out on Bruno, so we don't want that to happen. See you tomorrow, says Leslie. Thank you very much. And we'll also do a wrap up of the game probably on Sunday, because Saturday will be a bit late to get everything sorted, like stats and figures and all that sort of stuff. So thanks for coming on, guys. Thanks for watching, everyone in the chat. Hit the thumbs up on the way out, and enjoy the rest of your evening. I'm going to bed. Later. Good night.
Good night.
Bye.